Yo, 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 yo. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, December 5th. This is the Piper Academy. I'm Army Piper coming at you every Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you guys the markets, the charts, the economics, the TA, everything that you need to have knowledge because knowledge is profit. Guys, welcome to the morning show here. Good morning to everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are in the world. But welcome. We have some stuff that we're going to talk about today. We're going to take a look at is it possible that Bitcoin is going to $700,000? I just watched T.A. Tim's show this morning. He said $500,000. I've got another source saying that in 2030, we see a $700,000 Bitcoin. So we'll take a look at that. Gold and silver is my big heavy 10-ounce piece of silver here going to be able to be on a blockchain. We'll take a look at how that might happen, and then we got some other news that you guys might need to know. But more importantly, we're going to talk about this right here. Bonk. It's a meme coin on the Solana blockchain, up 762% in the past 30 days. Is it too late for you to get into it? We will find out. So, without any further ado, though, I'm just over here talking on this camera all by myself, and it's lonely. I'm going to bring my co host in. OC guy, what's up, brother?
What's up, Piper? Not much, just chilling out. Pretty good morning, very chilly. So it's starting to feel that Christmas feeling. Oh, nice! Look at what I
Wearing my.
got. Also,
Oh,
by
you
the way,
got a
guys,
Chart
just so
Prime
you
shirt
know,
on.
yes, I do. Let me
Nice. I'm
see.
wearing the shirt that
Oh,
I got in
you even check.
Cozumel. I've got the shirt that I got in Cozumel when I was visiting OC, where I took him that Chart Prime shirt that he's wearing. So there you go. Guys, welcome to the thing. When you look at stocks, can we do Clean Spark? Eric Wallen, of course we can. I, I, I bought about $6,000 more of Clean Spark earlier in the week. So let's take a look at Clean Spark too. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and tag that in here in my favorites today, so I don't forget. OC, let's go ahead and get into what we got going on in the markets, and then we're going to go ahead and take a look at the market stuff itself. We got a lot of things happening today, so let me do a little maneuvering here. There we go. Let's get into the news. Let's do that. Bam. There we go. Nope, that's a chart. That's what we want. Guys, looking at the total market cap today, you guys can see Bitcoin was down in the red a little bit this morning. We're actually getting a pump on Bitcoin right now. Again, moving back to the upside, coming in at $42,000. Again, it is up almost 0.4% in the past hour, up 1.36 for the 24. Ethereum getting a little rally in the past hour too, but still down a little bit on the downside, regaining some of those losses for the past 24 hours. They're coming in at over $2,200. Tether, it's stable, which is what we want to see. Good job, Tether, doing what you're supposed to do. BNB up. It is at $231 right now, up almost about the same as Bitcoin, up 1.5 for the past 24 hours. So BNB holding in there despite all of the Binance FUD. What else do we have here? Solana up 0.36, point 0.4, we'll just call it. Cardano over 40 cents. Let's go. Let's go to the A, the people out there. There you go. Holding that 40-cent mark. It's bad resistance for it right now. So I think that once it gets a good break above that and then come back and retest it, that is going to be a very solid, very bullish event to occur for Cardano. Dogecoin down a little bit today, but still up 2.7% for the 24 hours. Only the past hour it's down, coming in almost 9 cents. Tron sitting at about 10 cents. What else we got? Chainlink, Link Marines, got to give them that. Got to give them the props there. At $15.40 is down for the past 24 hours though. Toncoin, I don't have any of this, but this is one of the ones that's on TA Tim's portfolio watch list. So it was in his honorable mention. So not looking too bad, up 1%. Avalanche up 3. So I think that is a good run here. Let's go and see how much. Let's see what Bonk is up today. Should we? Let's go do that. Let's see Bonk. I want to see how much is up just in the past day. So there we go. Bonk. Where you at, Bonk? Bonk is up for the day 25.18%. So it's funny because we were looking at my portfolio on Sunday, Crux and I, and he literally said, "What is Bonk?" I said, "Dude, it's a meme coin for Solana." We joked about buying it. I did not buy any though. Let's go back in, take a look at the Bitcoin liquidation for the past 24 hours, guys. People are never going to learn. They keep trying to short Bitcoin and Ethereum right now, and it is not working out well for them. Um, in the past 24 hours, 67,329 traders were liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at $161 million. Largest single liquidation happened on Bitcoin, on Bybit, for $3.65 million. There you go. We'll just say we're rounded up $1.9 million in Bitcoin short liquidations in the past hour. Let's look here and see what it is. $23.76 million in short liquidations in the past 24 hours. So ugly, very ugly. Guys, today we got Jolt's job openings coming in and ISM services. They're going to be coming in here in about 18 minutes, according to my clock here. So no, about 23 minutes, according to my brain. About 23 minutes coming in here. Right now, it looks like it's supposed to be under the number of jobs available is supposed to be going down in comparison to the previous month. So we'll see how that looks. Bonk, here's the story. Here's a story. Here we go. Bonk, it won't stop. Solana meme coin sets another all-time high. And OC, if you can go ahead and get a chart ready, as soon as we're done reading this, before we go into the other news, I want to take a look at the Bonk charts real fast. Bonk won't stop. Solana meme coin sets another all-time high as Solana continues to climb. In recent weeks, its top meme coin, Bonk, is reaping the rewards, now up 762% in the past 30 days. Hey, Tradefly, what's up, man? Gia S, shout out to you. Crux of Crypto, Eric Wall, and Mr. J, Mellofellow. Love seeing all my people in here. If I missed anybody, it's just because I didn't scroll. Oh, Alex O Crypto, got to give you a shout out too. Not sure when they're doing that, Eric Wall, and you got to keep watching every day. So look here, guys. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Meme coin mania is not slowing down. It's crazy. And this is why, the other day we bought Pepe. Evidently, Crux, we should have bought Bonk. Solana's dog-themed token, Bonk, just hit a new all-time high overnight at 0.669 there. CoinGecko showing that it's down just a little bit, or up a little bit after a rise of 33%. We just looked at it. It's like closer to 25%. Even more impressive is its surge over the month. The asset has continued to boom, is now up 762%. It launched in December 2022, but experienced a renewed surge in interest and price last month. This is at least partly down to the peaked investor attention over Solana. So Solana getting attention. Why not a meme coin that's built on it, right? Yeah, evidently there's also some interesting meme coins coming out about Elon, but we'll move on. That's not in this story. Solana's own native token, Sol, is now the sixth largest digital asset by market cap. Renewed enthusiasm in the Solana ecosystem resulted in Sol exploding in value multiple times over the past several weeks. Sol remains well off of its all-time high of nearly $260. So yeah, I think that's good. I think we got through the basic thing here. Oh wait, what is this? Oh, that also helps too. Back in November, it got a listing, which is in the past month, right? 30 days. It got a listing on Binance too. So interestingly enough there. All right. So OC, you got a chart up for Bonk. Let's take a look at this chart and see what kind of craziness we're seeing there.
Absolutely. Well, it doesn't seem that crazy so far, but remember that this is a low cap coin, or it has been a low cap coin so far. So we see a parabolic growth here. I mean, it hasn't stopped since what is it? Since Sunday, 22 October 2023. So yeah, it's Bonk USD, right? And right now, let's take a look at a little bit closer here. So we have very chunky candles. They've been moving fairly quickly. And we also localize right here that we have a broken channel here, what seems to be also a broken triangle. Let me just paint it right here. This is for the triangle that we might be having. So we have a parabolic breakthrough. Let's start looking for maybe bouncing zones. So for that, I'm going to be turning on my predictive ranges here and also bringing up my squeeze momentum. My squeeze momentum seems like the strength of that ADX it's pointing upwards, and then I'm also printing back again a couple of those bright candles. This is not a for sure thing, but it seems like we are still having that strength to keep building up. On the RSI Prime, we are at the top, and we are having little candles like we have had before in here, which usually makes for a little pullback. So a pullback might be possible. Where to? I would say somewhere around where the VPVR could be at, like starting this box, and also to that golden line somewhere around here. So
which
we need to be a little bit careful. Yep.
which would be a good retest of that previous resistance over there in those higher wicks also. So yeah, guys, according to OC and his chart, you might not be too late if this happens and it gives you that other opportunity to grab up some memeage. Not financial advice, and I would not ape into it. A little bit goes a long way, guys. A little bit goes a long way. It's like Axe when you were in high school. A little bit
Yeah.
goes a long way. All right. What else you got on there?
So
That it?
basically, just wrapping it up by looking at the Oscillator Pro here. I will be looking, I have a double top cluster here, so I'll be looking for a flip of the ribbon at support right here for a possible re-entry. So that will be my signal for this to play out for the upside. So I do believe that we're not too late, although this is not financial advice, and only do consider entering if the right conditions are met. So yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Appreciate that, man. Good rundown there, guys. OC guy and his fire TA. Let's get back in here. I want to check the chat real fast. So let's go to this. Guys, by the way, get your coffee. If you haven't gotten your legendary aviation coffee, I'm telling you guys, it's delicious. I just finished another bag off this morning. It's completely gone, but you guys can get 10% off using the link below. Help support a local small business here in Texas, and get good coffee because you're not drinking good coffee. Whatever coffee you have in your hand right now, I promise you, it's not as good as this. Got my coffee, got my TA. Let's go ahead and take a look at the chat here. T-Shroom said he just bonked his head on that spicy thumbnail. Let's go, T-Shroom. What's up, man? Got the bros. Alex O Crypto said that the salute emoji, he feels that it's my personal emoji. I appreciate that, AOC. I'm going to start calling you AOC, even though I can't stand the real AOC. You're going to be my favorite AOC, Alex O Crypto. Yeah, guys, if you have not smashed the like button yet, please do so. It helps the algorithm, and this is why OC and I are here, is to get this out to as many people as so we can help people. Crypto AI, good morning, everyone. Clarence Slade said good morning, and then let's see here. Eric Wallen, what did you say? Bonk got listed on Binance, but not Caspa. That's a great question. Crypto Pollo, cluck cluck. Good morning to you too, bro. Let's get back into the articles here and let's see what else we got going on today, guys. The Folks Finance. I talked about this to you guys. I got a 10-ounce coin of silver here. It's an Australian koala. There you go, Alexo. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Little koala action. There we go. On the silver token there. But guys, Folks Finance are launching a DeFi service for gold and silver tokens. It's kind of cool because we talk about all the time about RWA, real world assets, right? How does this fit in, and where do we see these things actually being used? Well, one of the things that we talk about all the time is that gold and silver, it's heavy. You got to store it somewhere, right? But there is a way that you can get gold and silver on the blockchain now. Folks Finance, the top DeFi protocol on the Algorand network, launched tokenized representation of gold and silver on December 4th. This was yesterday morning, guys. Users can now lend, borrow, or trade the new gold, that's the ticker, and silver, that's the ticker, for the tokens via Folks Finance. Each token is backed by 1 gram of physical gold and silver, silver. The metals are provided by Meld, a firm facilitating trade in fractionalized gold and silver bars. So completely legit, it looks like here on first glance. And it is another real world asset put onto the blockchain using fintech Gold and silver now are token and available, backed by gold and silver. Go figure. Pretty cool. Just wanted to bring that to you guys' attention there. Taking a look here, 150 countries. This is a FUD article. Here's some FUD for you. 150 countries considering the yuan as a replacement for USD. That's the simplicity of the headline, guys. But let's dig in and find out what this is really saying here. First off, even in their too long didn't read, this is why you should always read and not just do a TLDR. China's Belt and Road Initiative is influencing 155 countries to consider replacing the US dollar with the Chinese yuan in global trade. It's not actually influencing them to consider. They will have no choice. So let's talk about what that Belt and Road Initiative is, and we'll talk about why this is not really a true headline. It is this is where developing nations do not have a credit ranking that they can get a loan from the IMF when they need to do something like put in infrastructure, railroads, whatever it may be, right? And so they will have to go and get money from somewhere else. What they are getting is one of the things that China has, the Belt and Road Initiative. You can go to China as a developing nation and go, hey, I'd like to borrow some money from you so that I can build this. China will go, well, won't loan you that full amount. We'll loan you this partial amount, but we're going to bring in our companies to build your railroad systems and, do all this stuff. They put all these requirements on it. What is interesting about it is they have some very high interest rates, stupid high for a developing nation, and very strict payment schedules. And if they miss it, China gets to walk in and take the land. It's in the contract. They are basically using the Road and Belt Initiative as a land grab for China territories. And so what the headline is failing to tell you, it talks about it later on down in there, but what it's failing to tell you is this. When it talks about 150 nations considering going away from the US dollar to the yuan, it's that China is now putting in place the requirement, it's not a consideration, the requirement that those countries make their payments back to China in the yuan, not the US dollar. So it is not that they're considering, they're being extorted to only use the yuan. And it's more fun. I would guarantee that this article is sourced all the way back to someone in China trying to build their credibility, not actually a true threat to the U.S. dollar. And I want to shout out Caleb Franzen because one time he made a comment on Investing Bros. That was probably one of the most impacting comments that I've heard when it comes to BRICS. BRICS is not a threat. It might in the future, but as of right now, it's not a threat. He travels all over the world doing business. And one thing that he has found is that everywhere he goes, they speak English in the business world, international business. He says no one is walking around in Turkey speaking Chinese. It's English or they're speaking the native language there. And so what he has said is that once he starts seeing people speaking Chinese everywhere, that means that they're doing Chinese business with Chinese currency, and then it's a threat. But as of right now, US dollars by far. Oh, see, you said you had a personal story about this also down in Mexico. What's that story about this Belt and Road Initiative?
Oh yeah, I mean, I can actually confirm on firsthand that all the data that you have presented on that article, because back in the day when I was the head architect of a big company, construction company, which was in charge of kind of like building up the train, the south train of Mexico. So what happened there is the Chinese government offered themselves to pay for that and build that train, and based on their rulings they wanted to pair with a Mexican company, but they needed to have at least 70% of the holdings on that building of infrastructure. And as part of paying for that train, they will get to build the Dragon Market, a Chinatown, and some other business related on top of where they wanted the land to be. So basically, that project get to my hands, and I had to decide or bring up a couple of issues or problems that might or might not bring into on building that structure. So basically, I needed to make an analysis. But yeah, I was involved on the whole thing of China putting their noses in other countries to make an attractive solution for countries that may not have that liquidity to build
Yep.
up.
Yeah, they're it right there. Nathan Schaefer said it best. It's a big debt trap. They're getting people in debt and then taking land. So yeah. And now they're forcing them to use the yuan. So if your currency was so attractive, I don't know that you would have to extort someone to use it. I'm just saying. Um, Moving on here, El Salvador. Speaking of El Salvador, King D sales El Salvador has a lot of that happening right now. China's building over there. Yep. El Salvador Bitcoin investment finally hits profits. So jumping on here and taking a look, El Salvador Bitcoin investment hitting profits finally, guys. According to El Salvadorian President Nayib Bukele, El Salvador's Bitcoin accumulated invested has increased by nearly 3%. So how do you do it? He dollar cost average, guys. If you take a look here, this is all of the buys that they have made. The little green dots on here is, and even though he bought almost near the top at one point, they have bought all the way down. They bought pretty much the bottoms on every drop, which is fantastic. Go El Salvador. But yeah, they are now up a total of, I believe it's up 3.6. Yep, $3.6 million that they are up right now, and they would recover 100% of their investment if they were to sell, which they're not going to, and make a profit of $3.6 million for their country. So not a huge amount when you're talking national income, national economics, but shout out to them. They did the dollar cost average strategy, and it has paid off for them. Now the nation has $3.6 million in free money, unlike other countries that I know that build up like $1 trillion a day in debt. Let's get into what's going on with this man here, Malay. El Salvador's Bitcoin advisor has revealed his plans for Argentina's Malay. So Samson Mao, you guys just heard that name the other day. He sent a little bit of Bitcoin to somebody on another article. Last week we talked about that. But Samson Mao, the Bitcoin advisor to El Salvador's president Nayib Bukele and the architect behind the volcano bonds, has unveiled his strategic blueprint for newly elected Argentinian President Javier Milei. The Austrian economist will be inaugurated as Argentina's next president on December 10th. Much has been said about his agenda, especially the abolishment of central banks, the dollarization of the country, and Bitcoin policies. They're unclear, but evidently he is bringing in the advisor to President Nayib Bukele to help them on their Bitcoin plan. So might get something very similar going on in Argentina that we saw in El Salvador. So pretty cool there. Wanted to bring that to your guys' attention. Just another nation picking up nationalizing the usage of Bitcoin. So it's really cool. That's just going to help out the Bitcoin price. And speaking of helping out the Bitcoin price and DCAing, guys, BlackRock. BlackRock's money flow into seed funds for this ETF has been discovered in somewhere in the filings. BlackRock seeded its Bitcoin ETF with $100,000 in October. 100K. I have almost as much in Bitcoin as BlackRock, according to this article, guys. New SEC filing shows that they filed this ETF application. The world's largest asset manager filed an updated application with Securities and Exchange Commissions to launch a spot Bitcoin ETF. According to the filing published today, the filing shows that BlackRock seeded the proposed ETF with a $100,000 investment on October 27th. So it looks like they did seed the ETF back in October, like we thought, although it was a very small amount. So, and that was going to be whoa, hey, sir, chill out. The seed capital investor agreed to purchase $100,000 in shares on October 27th, and on October 27th took delivery of 4,000 shares at a share price of $25 for seeding it. So, interestingly enough, yes, we have found proof that they have went ahead and done some of this, getting some people investing in, but yeah, only $100,000. So, lastly, let's look into here. This is going to be interesting, guys. Here we go. Blockstream CEO predicts Bitcoin reaches $700,000 will surely flip physical gold. So he's saying here, the CEO, Adam Back, a key player in the development of technologies like Bitcoin, Lightning Network said Apex cryptocurrency will reach $700,000. What happened? Back said on X, digital gold Bitcoin will surely flip physical gold sooner or later, and probably this halving cycle. So within a year or two, currently it would take $700,000 Bitcoin, but maybe partially a substitute. Some people start selling gold to buy Bitcoin, which is probably more likely what would happen. And I know Tim talked about $500,000 Bitcoin today. This would actually put it back online with that $500,000 if it was a one for one, people getting out of physical gold into the much easier Bitcoin. I own precious metals and I own crypto, and I will tell you, it's much quicker and easier for me to buy crypto than it is gold and silver. So, Back's confidence in Bitcoin potentially eclipsing gold's market cap with the next couple of years hinged on the impact of the upcoming Bitcoin halving. And yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up there. A lot of bullish mentality in the Bitcoin halving, the ETF, and all this stuff coming up. But that's what I want to show you guys here is from the Kabisi letter. This is a sudden turn of events. Bitcoin and gold move in sharply opposite directions. You guys remember on the show the other day, I was talking about how gold was pumping, Bitcoin was pumping. That was not a good sign. Evidently, a lot of other people thought the same thing and quit throwing out the FUD, right? Bitcoin and gold just moved in sharply opposite directions after weeks of similar price action. Beginning late Sunday night, both assets jumped sharply. We talked about this on Monday's show, but then Bitcoin up 6.5%, while gold prices have posted a massive $100 reversal. This was as of yesterday. It's even more now, guys. Gold prices are down 2.5%, 5% from the all-time high. So we have seen that break off there. So what I was talking about the other day on the show, that was bad. Not bad right now. We are actually doing better because that went away. That gold price went down. So, and then the last thing I want to show you here on this, and I'll remind you about this at the end. Tonight, guys, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Billy Goat Tells with Crypto Billy and a bunch of the people in the community. Hashtag Givers Gain. Join us on X Spaces tonight with Crypto Billy, and a lot of people will be there. So come check us out. Come give us a shout, and we'd love to see you there in the X Space tonight. And yeah, I think we're good here. Let's jump in the charts, OC. Actually, I want to talk to you. $700,000 Bitcoin. Crazy or plausible?
That might be. I mean, we have an upcoming show to start giving our shots on that, don't we? But as for answering your question, I believe that this within the realms of possibility. I do believe that that could be it, but I won't be pulling those guns until the show and also until I see the halving event breakout. Because you also mentioned something very important about the halving event, didn't you?
I did. There's actually rumor going around because right now we're at 42,225. We'll get ready to jump in that chart. But guys, right now we're at 66% of the way to the all-time high of 69,000. 33% move is not crazy at all if we get the ETF in January or even February prior to the April halving, right? That's where we're slotted right now. It looks like an April halving event. A 33% move on that news would not be insane, and that would put us back at around 69K. We literally, for the first time ever, could enter the halving event at the previous all-time high. So think about that, and then do your math on the run up from there. It's a little crazy, but extremely plausible. So let us know. Hey, Piper Academy, um, can you throw a poll in and ask people a yes or no? Is it possible? Is it possible that we see a $700,000 Bitcoin in the next bull run all-time high? There you go. Let's do that. Let's get into charts, OC, because these people want to see charts. They want charts. Guys, looking at Bitcoin here right now, we are currently sitting at $42,250, making a run back up towards that delta median line there of our predictive ranges from the Chart Prime Market Dynamics Pro. Looking really good. And guys, I don't know if you guys saw the short on the channel. You can go look at it. There's a little short. I didn't upload it right. I'm going to figure that out, I promise. But I threw a short on there talking about yesterday's show. There's a clip from yesterday's show, and I said, look, we're getting this little pullback on the oscillators. We're getting pullbacks on the RSI here. I do suspect, and this is going to be yesterday morning here, so we're looking at 1 hour. We were here in this line right here. I said, I do suspect that we're going to see a pullback off of this. Everything's going to get down here and cool off a little bit. We're going to get a little cool off action, and then it's going to give us more energy to the upside. Look for a pullback at support on the 786 at 41,233. That's what I said on the show yesterday. Well, there's your pullback to 41,233 with the bounce to the upside. And if anyone got in on that yesterday, congrats to you. And thank you, Fibonacci's, for being so extremely accurate in my calls. So, yeah, right now, guys, hitting about 42,250, trying to push that 42,300 right now. Still looking bullish. We do have a green momentum dot with the ribbon flip here, pushing up into the cloud, but we're about to get to the top of the cloud right now. Is it possible that we start to see this pull back? Yes, but we are not getting any wicking on the RSI Prime Heikenashis. I tell you guys, when we start to get these shorter candles, that wick on top, that typically leads into more pullback again, right? Right now, we had a couple of wicks that printed here, but this most recent candle that we're pushing right now, and I'm looking at a 1 hour chart, we're not getting any wicking there at all. Let's check out the 4 hours, see how it's looking on here. And look how these are setting for strength on RSI primed and on this oscillator. Give it a second to load in. There we go. Yeah, on the 4 hour, we do look like we cooled off, but look, we're getting short candles now. This could mean that we're about to see this come up again and rebounce up here. At some point, we've got to cool this off enough to get down into the 70%. But as of right now, guys, RSI Prime looking pretty strong for us. We are at the bottom of the ribbon here, at the bottom of the cloud, I should say, on the Oscillator Pro. But we're getting super tight on this cloud. I'm liking to see the cloud pull out, us pull back again, retesting this range of about 41,950, and then give us more upside. And that would be a bullish cool off for me on this chart right now. OC, what are you seeing on Bitcoin? Let's kick it over to you. And then I'm going to go check out Clean Spark from my man, Eric Wallen. So.
Perfect. So on the 4 hour time frame, we still see like an upranging zone. I believe that we could be moving upwards still. I believe where I see maybe this playing out, maybe breaking this golden line, sorry, this gray line, which is supposed to be the red one. And then also the premium zone, because look at also what is happening with the squeeze momentum. The squeeze momentum, despite we are flattening out a little bit on that ADX, we are start printing some bright green histogram bars there. So I believe that we could be reaccumulating a little bit more of strength and maybe doing something like that. Let's just reanalyze what happened there and then also take a look at what we could be building up. So remember, we are getting to a resistance in here and we are ranging up. So we were getting to a resistance here and we were ranging up. As you can see, since that same point in here, with that candle right there, we had a little pullback in here and then we made kind of like a rounded top finally to complete that pullback. Also, look at how the cloud was compacting up here and we build up that bearish divergence. Well, we don't have a bearish divergence in here, but look at the cloud, how well they are being compacted. So I do expect a squeeze to the downside. So it will be depending on where or how high could we get. If we get all the way to this predictive range up here, most likely we could be looking at a pullback to this zone. And if we don't, let me turn on a couple of other tools in here. I want to see my predictive ranges here. Sorry, my prime ranges. Let me change this one. Oh, I know why. All right. Let me turn on my momentum bars and my prime ranges here. So let me turn those on, and then also my EMA. So my EMAs are lagging way back in here. So we need to wait for that. Any of those EMAs to start catching up with the price. So I believe that we are gonna be also be ranging within this zone. So if we take a look at those bands in here, up here we are in a very red zone. We could be breaking them and make that rounded top that we have seen before. Remember, this same zone, look at how we went inside. We stood a little bit in there, and then we ranged it back down in there. So that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin, a possible reversal, not for a full trend reversal, but more likely for a possible re-entry before we keep moving onwards. But that will be defined when this oscillator gets to the zero line and we have, or we look at FFOR. So if flip up the ribbon, whether we flip on the zero line or breakthrough, which will be indicating me that we're going to be going lower, maybe to the to the trend assistance here, and then flipping at the bottom with an oversold signal.
So you're saying that we could be very easily heading back to $39,000 Bitcoin right now.
Yes, and that's not only based on what I'm seeing here in the chart, but also based on your previous chart that you showed, your favorite chart. Because remember, we are going into December into phase three, but that doesn't mean that we necessarily need to jump in right away, and we could be hovering right at the top of that phase three before on December finally make the breakthrough on that.
Yeah, what he's talking
Yes.
about here, guys, this is my favorite chart. Eric Wallen, shout out to you. Yeah, we have broken out of phase two on the 0.66 here, guys, just so you guys are tracking. I told you we were in phase two. We had a lot of rejection up here on it. We finally broke through this. We're looking at 1 week charts here. We're in phase three box, technically. We're in phase three zone. I am not going to say that we're officially in phase three yet. But as of right now, that pullback that he's talking about would be the 0.66 here coming in at 38,471. We technically could still be in phase three and hold phase three with a retracement down to that 0.66, retesting that golden pocket before coming back up to look a run at the platinum pocket. Again, that's where that $45,000 call is at that I said we will likely see 45,000 in this month in December. That was a thumbnail last Friday, I believe, wasn't it? So
Yes.
that's what I'm looking at there. So yeah, that's what he's talking about on that chart. Let's go ahead and take a look at Clean Spark while we're over here, guys. Clean Spark is making a run right now up to that 200-week exponential moving average right there. It's actually, this is on the 4-hour. Yeah, it's on the week. 200 weekly EMA is the target that we're heading towards right now. We did have some Fibonacci's on here that were playing out very well. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we test the 382 here and then just break right through the 100 exponential moving average and crush the run up here. When is this starting off here? Let's go see. This started here in the 1st of December. So 5 days ago, and it has made a run of 63.45% to its top side there in the past 5 days. Clean Spark absolutely tearing the roof off. Guys, I said this before and I'll say it again. When you have Bitcoin, it's not a bad idea to diversify into some things like Riot, Clean Spark, MicroStrategies. And I've said this numerous times historically, they have outperformed Bitcoin. So while it's nice to hold Bitcoin, and I do have a lot, I also have some MicroStrategies. I also have some Clean Spark from way back. I have MicroStrategies from quite a ways back that it's not much, but it's a little bit. But it's done quite well. But Clean Spark, I just jumped in 6K into it this week. So earlier this week. So I'm very happy to see that Clean Spark doing good for me. So what else do we have going on here? Well, we can see that we broke this entire Fibonacci area here. So I threw on a fib strat, guys. This fib strategy right here is one of my settings that I have. It's measuring from this bottom to this top. If it comes back and pulls into the golden pocket on the pullback, you enter on the white line. Target 1, we've already hit it. Target 2, you can see we had a fight on it. It hit it. Target 3 was a retest zone. Guys, the long shot's actually coming in at $10.93 on this. And we typically, when we have good momentum continuation, when we get the bounce out of that golden pocket like we did here on that pullback, that usually hits all four targets. And right now, that's what it looks like. We are heading towards $10.93 is my target on this run that we have right now on Clean Spark. I hope that helps you out there, Eric Wallen. Let's go and see what else we got here. Oh, so you got any charts you want to pull up and show?
Yes, I have alluvium and cas.
Well, run it. Run it. You know I want to see some casts, man. Let's go.
So let's take a look at Casper before we take a look at the Illuvium. And guys, let me remind you that we have going on the Prime Screener. So if you want us to keep a track of any asset, please let us know right here on the box right next to me, or the comments right down, depending on how you got your YouTube setup. So what I'm seeing here is that we have a triangular pattern already broken. So it's not about the breakout, it's about the retest, beautiful retest, and off we go. But what I'm not liking about this retest, it is that if I throw in this tool, which is free by the way, it's part of the regression trend tool right down here, we also can see a range happening to the upside, all right? And yeah, we've been having that momentum build up to the downside, and right now we are against the course right there on the zero line. So we had a previous double top cluster with a bearish divergence, and if I zoom in here and let me go to the 1 hour so I can make things clear here, let me bring up a couple of my what is it, head and shoulders lines, my techniques that I applied here. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is taking a line and then measuring the tops in here. All right, so this is what I'm looking at, and then I see a constant move to the upside. What I'm looking for at this point, it is that I either break with a lower low, all right, or my next high, it's not reaching all the way above here. All right, but this has happened before. All right, and I'm gonna be drawing this other line, but we didn't make a lower low. So we had a lower high and then a lower low. So what I'm expecting here, it's gonna be another lower high in here for it to consolidate and finish up this triangle that I have going on here. Remember, as an architect, I love triangle. I love geometrics. So I'm always looking for a couple of those things to play out. So at this point, I'm going to be drawing a neckline in here. And this is going to be my structure that I want not to break. All right. And as you can see, I still had a little bit to go to the upside. And whatever happens in here is going to be defining whether I break the structure in here, go for the retest and keep going up, or then start flipping back down to that neckline. If I break the neckline, most likely I'm going to be bouncing down here and also going to visit the next trend line that I have going on here, which also will be pairing very nicely with this zone here. So this will be my next zone after I see a break through this neckline. Am I
And I
saying
want
bearish? No. Am I saying bullish? No. I am saying waiting zone. We are on a defining zone right now. But so far, if you're
and I
looking to enter, yep, go ahead.
and I want to point out that even that target below that you're calling there is still higher than the 11.2 that I told you guys to buy at. That you may never see that price again. So, hey, shout out to David Brumbelow. We got the Brumble in the house, Brumble in the jungle in the chat. So, shout out to him. Carry on, man. Give me some more Casper love, and let's check out your other asset there. And then I've got UNI pulled up for Cluck Cluck Cryptopoyo. So,
Perfect. Let's save this one up and then shut it down. So I have right here, what is it? Illuvium. So Illuvium, it's been performing fairly well. Did not got too affected on the previous events that we have seen. A couple of coins like pulling back very hard. And I like to see this because remember that I have two analyses here. The first one, it is the same head and shoulder lines that I've been looking for since the previous classes. We haven't break them consistently, so we are hovering on it. Remember that this line was based on this high. That's why I'm finding a third point of confluence, just like I did on the previous one. So now I can update with new data and prolong this line and also prolong this other line. So that is my neckline that I have here. Let me clear up a little bit of this mess that I have going on down here. And also look at how that analysis played out very nicely to the entry zone for a short, then going back up, then visiting the bottom of the second analysis, which is a range. We are still ranging, but right now we are seeing that squeeze maybe about to happen because we have this downtrend line coming in, and also we have the base in here backed up by the VPVR that we have right here. So you can see the VPVR line was somewhere around that. So remember, the VPVR is not a line, it is a zone. So what am I looking at this point? We just break through that zero line. So I'm waiting for FOR in here, and I expect that FOR to happen either right now or again on the previous support zone, which is going to be somewhere around there because I will be encased by this VPVR line, this other VPVR line, my neckline, and also my dynamic reactor. And that is not even counting, and let me clear this up, not even counting that we had an upraising channel, breakthrough, beautiful retest, and the smart target lining out very nicely here. So am I looking for a reentry? Yes, I am. Therefore, I'm going to be setting a couple of alarms in there to reanalyze my entry when the price gets there and finally make a decision right at that point. Maybe you're muted?
Hey, I'm muted. That's a great entry for Alluvia, man. Especially with the smart target coming right down on top of the dynamic reactor. Acts as a trampoline a lot of times there. So let's jump over here. Take a look at UNI. This is a shout out to Crypto Pollo. Cluck, cluck. He said, can you take a look at this? Absolutely, we can, bro. Thanks for supporting the show. And thanks for being here, man. Guys, taking a look here on Uni. We do have a little curvature coming on here on the Oscillator Pro, but it looks like we're trying to pull back up in here. We're sitting at about the 50% line here on the RSI Prime. Signal line coming back into the zero line here. This is actually looking a little more bullish than bearish. I know everything seems like it's on its way down here, but I want to show you why I think that we're a little more bullish than bearish. Taking a look at the fibs here, first of all, you can see that we punched through hard on the golden pocket here. We got to stop, and then the next one just went right on through it after it had been previous resistance there on the 0.618. We have been fighting with that platinum pocket as resistance, a couple of fake outs above it there, but ultimately keeping us right here in this range. So I have to ask, what is actually keeping us in the trading range that we're in here and here? Well, that's a real simple one. We're going to go ahead and pull this up here. I already dropped it on here for you. We got a little fixed range volume profile, and you can see the value area low coming in right now at about 5.99, $6, we'll call it to round it even. It's actually about 5.98, somewhere in that range. 5.99, we'll call it. $5.99 is your value area low officially. Value area high coming in at about $6.34. Point of control, which is what we're fighting with currently on this 4-hour candle right now, is coming in right here about $6.17. So we do have a range right here, but I'm actually thinking that we're going to be coming in at this $5.99 range again on a retest. Ultimately, though, if we do pull back, we've got the 50-week moving average. We have a trend assistant. We have a dynamic reactor, all converging at $5.80. That would be my biggest entry. I would look at entry one if you were wanting to trade on this. Do an entry one on the 786 at $6.08. Do another entry, a little bit higher amount at $5.99, and then put the rest in at $5.80 if you're looking to go for a dollar cost average on this. That's how I would do it. Not financial advice to you, but that's what I would be looking at doing. If you are wanting to trade this, then I would do a ladder in effect, very similar to what I just talked about, ultimately putting your stop loss down at about $5.60. This obviously would be a low leverage trade, but it would get your positioning in there on this. And then lastly, the one thing that I do also want to show here is If we take that off, there we go, and we come over here, I'm going to show you a little trick. Get your notebooks out, kids. Let's do a little trick here and go grab this tool that OC and I love to use so much. If we come over here and we grab this entire region and we throw on the regression trend tool, you can see that right now we have a descending channel. OC, is this a bullish pattern or a bearish pattern?
That is a bullish pattern.
That is a bullish pattern. These tend to trade and break out to the upside. So you'll see price come up and a trade downwards, and then it will come back up again. This is a bullish pattern. So looking pretty bullish right now on Uni. What do you guys buy USDT now? Cash versus USDT. Where do I? So that's called on ramping. That's where we come out of traditional fiat and we get over into USDT so that we can then deploy out wherever we need to go. I was doing my on ramping through Coinbase, and then they locked my account and said that I can't do any movement of my money off of the exchange, which means I can't off ramp when I on ramp to my trade exchanges. But so now I'm using crypto.com. And their fees are pretty decent. So, but guys, let us know in the chat for Bedredden there. Shout out to you, Bedredden. Thanks for being here, man. Where you guys are getting some good fee exchanges from your dinero to your digital dinero of USDT. So let us know down there.
Before
OC, oh wow, hold on. I just got an alert on my phone as I'm speaking here. We are getting a continuation to the upside on that clean spark. We are now at $9.73. It hit $9.80 here. Like I said, 1093 guys. 1093 is where we're heading on this clean spark. So not financial advice, just really good analysis.
Oh my God, I'm watching you drink that coffee. I don't have mine here. I am so jealous of you, brother.
It's
So
delicious.
let me. Oh my God, I need mine so desperately. That's why I've been that quiet lately on these days. I did run out of coffee, but yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just have to go to the corner store and just get a little bit more convenience store. Sorry, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions in here before we maybe wrapping things up. I
Shoot.
do have
Before you
Bitcoin.
ask those, hold on.
Or
Before you ask those, the poll was: is it possible to see a $700,000 Bitcoin in the next bull run? We asked the viewers. 63% have said no. 36% have said yes. 0% said it will be more than $1 million this cycle. Good call on that one. I think that's way overshooting. But yeah, so the majority, 63%, 2/3 of the viewers said no, not going to happen. So now go ahead. You watch a couple of questions, OC. Fire them off. Let's go.
yeah, absolutely. Right before that, right here on this one, I'm gonna start. I will gonna be pulling out as we get higher and higher because last time I did left quite a bit there, right at the top, and I want to adjust a little bit on that. Not financial advice. I'll be just pulling out a little bit more strongly as we start getting to higher numbers, especially above 200K if we get there. But yeah, I mean, a couple of questions that I had for you. What would you like me to add to the Prime screener? Because right now we have Clean Spar, Optimism, I love you, AGIX, RNDR, and Bitcoin. Are you looking at something else?
Let's throw Ada in there. Guys, let us know in the chat what you would like us to put on our screener that we're pulling up on the charts here. And for, just in case you don't know what I'm talking about, here it is. This is the Prime screener, and we can track what is going on with all the indicators based on what you guys put in. So we added Clean Spark on there. We got ADA in there, OP, Alluvium, Singularity Token, Render, and Bitcoin. What else would you like us to add on there? I'm going to go ahead and ask you to put something on there for me, OC, just for the fun
Yes.
of it. Go ahead and throw Bonk on there. Let's
Perfect.
watch
Let's do
how
it.
crazy this beam coin gets. Guys, let us know in the chat what you would like us to put in there. And we will drop in some knowledge when we see these things pop on there. Algo, Cluck Cluck wants some Algo. Deep Thought wants Matic.
Do it
And
then.
then
I'll
we
go.
can Yep, Algo, Matic, SQQQ for our stock guys out there, our tech stock guys. And then Mike Play says, oh, are you saying that's going to be a hypercycle or is that a token? I'm not sure what you're asking for. Oh, yeah, Tesla. We need Tesla on there, bro. You got Matic
Perfect.
and then add Tesla. Yeah, I want that one also. Bro,
And
whoa, go back to that one. You were looking under
oh
crypto
my,
on, yep,
yeah.
yep. There we go.
And then QQQ, right? Was that a SQQQ?
It's QQQ, yep. There you go. He's shorting
Perfect.
those Tesla. He's shorting those stocks. Okay, it's called
Let's
Hype
take a look
C.
at it.
Hype C is one that Mike Play would like on there. And then we got two people that have asked for Mara, Mara. So Hype C is going to be Hype C. Yep, it's a crypto. We got Clean Spark on there, R. Sam.
Tomorrow.
Oh, it's by the Hype C is by the Singularity Net team, the AGIX, the team that makes AGIX. So yeah, Marathon, Mara. Yep, Digital Holdings. It's a
Is it
mining
stock
company.
Mara? Oh,
Yeah,
got it. Right.
it's a mining company for Bitcoin. Sweet. Yeah, so we'll have this on the screener, guys. We'll give updates on it every day, and so we can see what's going on with it. And if things are not being asked for on the updates, or you guys want something swapped out that not a lot of people want, we will swap them out. If not, we'll just make a whole screen because we can add multiple screeners on this thing and have your guys' watch list there. So we'll keep a watch on it for you. Reggie Classics wants Luna Classic. I don't know if he's joking or not. Oh, Cluck Cluck wants Riot
I
too.
don't
Since
think
we're gonna
so. He called that one on the classes.
okay, well the Reggie Classics, the Hammer wants Luna C. And then I guess since we're gonna have two of the mining companies on there, we might as well throw on Riot too because Riot's got some big calls coming. So
This is Lunacy.
It's
Luna USDT.
LUNC. LUNC. Yep, that one.
Perfect.
Perfect.
I'm
And then
also missing.
Riot.
Yep. Go ahead. Riot.
Riot. It's a stock.
Oh, let's see. Then put it. Let's put it down
It's a
here.
mining company. Yep, it's a mining company. Riot.
Oh, Riot. Holy
Yeah.
shit. I know which one is it.
Yeah. I R Sam, I'm gonna pass on BitF right now. I mean, I'm still bullish on BitF, but I think we have enough mining companies that unless we see, a bunch of differentials coming through on those three, then we'll go and look and see if BitF is diverging one way or the other from the pack. But right now, if they're all three moving up, we will assume that BitF is moving up, and then we can just take a look at the chart. Awesome. It could make millionaires this run. It absolutely could, man. Lunacy could absolutely do that. So that's what we got there, guys. We got that updated for you. So we're going to keep an eye on that every day and give updates on it. If you guys just let us know in the chat, hey, where's the screener at? We'll pull it up and we'll take a look at it and see what's looking bullish and bearish on there on the screeners that you guys have now followed through with. So this is your screener. This is the alumni screener, guys. Brought to you by Chart Prime. Guys, if you guys want Chart Prime, you want to get that own screener right there down in the description below, 45% off your first monthly or quarterly. That's what we got for you today. OC, you got anything you want to put out to the peoples?
That's basically it. Just trade safe.
Stay primed, yeah. 9 o'clock tonight, guys, Eastern Standard Time. Join us. Join Crypto Billy for Billy Goat Tales. I'm going to be on there. I'm sure Alex O is going to be there. I'm sure Tradefly is going to be there. Brumbelow will probably stop in. Guys, a lot of people in the space, really good people that are honest, humble, trying to get information out. So for all the questions that you guys have in Mandy, you guys have a lot of questions. So just a really good group of people that he's putting together over there. Chapter 3 tonight, 9 o'clock. Join us there on that. I got a 30-minute appointment from now with UOC. I guess we're doing Discord classes for Chart Prime, and then we've got a meeting with Jenna X. so that we can do some stuff with her and get her squared away. So we've got a busy day. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for joining us right here. Lunar Beaches, LBC in the house. He'll be there tonight too. Thanks for joining us here on Piper Academy, you guys. We will catch you guys tomorrow morning right here, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, guys, trade safe, stay primed, and as always, use the stop loss.
That was awesome, dude!